introduce our project, InnoMa, at the University of Mannheim. And we focus on hybrid teaching concepts and the perspectives of the teachers and the students as well. So generally, we know that hybrid teaching concepts have become the norm right now, but they don't always work to the satisfaction of everyone who's involved. So there are both technical as well as didactic challenges till now, and also different hybrid forms are established, and teachers as well as students get more and more used to it. We don't know much about the usefulness in relation to the performance data of the students. So you know already some various forms or use it already, like quizzes, study questions, forums, the ChatGPT as well. But what we want to do is to bring together the teachers as well as the students' perspectives. So what we want to do is to keep in mind that the digital teaching elements require different conditions than face-to-face teaching. It often remains unclear whether these digital teaching elements are used in the way the teachers intended. So like Nina Lindler in the opening in the morning already said, we need the perspective of our students as well. So we know from the teaching elements, which are digital, that for some it's very challenging because of less social networking, or maybe everybody knows from us the various distractions like cooking next to the lecture or washing the clothes or something, or have a phone call. So you also have to be very flexible. It could be a challenge or also an advantage because you can learn wherever you want, whenever you want, in the speed you want. But you also have to be very self-directed and autonomous to learn, which are self-regulated learning strategies. And as we already know, students differ in their ability to self-regulated learning strategies, as they even tend to use ineffective strategies. So our question is also, do we know how students deal with these requirements of the digital teaching elements? And how is the student's user behavior of the digital learning elements in relation to the performance data? And so we do this in the InnoMa project, which is funded by the Foundation for Innovation in University Teaching. And generally, we have the goal to enable innovation of digital teaching elements and promote to transfer not only to one faculty, but also to other faculties at the University of Mannheim. So Samuel and I, we are the research team of the InnoMa project, and right now we accompany about 21 projects from different faculties over a period of 3 years, 2 to 3 years at the University of Mannheim. And so we have large and small courses. We have one or more testing times during the semester. We have bachelor as well as master students, and the teaching elements are in German and English. So we have a very various perspective of different projects at the University of Mannheim. And what we focus on is, next to advising and accompanying the project, is also to look at very qualitative relevant metrics, such as on the student's perspective, the subjective gain learnings, the prior knowledge, the performance data in form of exams or homework, but also self-regulated learning strategies. And on the other hand, we have the perspective of the teachers, the digital teaching element, such as how usable it is, how is the structure of the learning material, is it comprehensible, and also what is going on with the cognitive load. So on the one hand, we have, so to say, qualitative data of performance data, viewing rate, click behavior, how they interact with their digital learning material of the different lectures. But we can also use self-reported measurements, which we do in different questionnaires and different times, where we can see such as self-efficacy, participation, individualization, flexibility, and more. And what we want to do is, in general, to evaluate the data, but also link the data, like the performance they had at the end of a lecture, as well as how they interact with the digital teaching element for the whole time during the semester, to conduct sustainable development and transfer of high quality teaching elements. So what we want to do is, in general, in this project, to improve the technical infrastructure at the University of Mannheim, And what we like to do is the exchange, not only within the University of Mannheim between the teachers, but also nationwide for better and sustainable teaching. So this is the whole project we have. It's a lot, and we are very happy. If you have any questions, we can speak about it right now or afterwards. So if you have questions, you can write the questions right now. I can see it in the Q&A then. Thank you very much.
I would like to give the floor to Daniel Schropp and Eva Keppner. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. I want to show my slides. Okay, you can see them? Yeah, welcome and thank you for the possibility to give a short introduction in our teaching project. We put it under the message International Digital Educational Experience because it's an experience, well, it was an experience for us with different European partners to carry out such a project. It's an international summer school called Soil and Water, and under the topic Soil and Water. Usually teaching at university level is focused on only at the university and not so strict internationally positioned. But our idea is to learn under the umbrella of the European idea and to give a broad range of topics which we have not from one side or illuminated from one side and go under beyond one's own subject. We cooperate with 5 universities. That's the University of Marseille in France, Tartu in Estonia, České Budějovice in Czech Republic, and the University of Lviv in the Ukraine. So these 5 universities have different expertise in their fields. For example, at Ulm University, we have a focus in science and biology on soil science. In the Ukraine, it's more forest management. In Marseille, gas change. Tartu is soil and plant atmosphere. And in České Budějovice, ecosystem biology. And we bring this expertise together with our 5 partners in one teaching project. So what we do is our students get first an input. So over the learning platform, we use Moodle normally. There they get short video lectures. Some of them are interactive via H5P, and they get additional learning material like links, PDFs, but they also can do quizzes and so on. The main part of the summer school is an excursion, and that shifts from year to year. So every year is another country, and therefore we can see or we have a different focus on our summer school. And there we try to transfer the theory into practical knowledge. We also have a cultural program, and our students have to do some practical work. After this excursion, the students work together in small groups and make video diaries from each day of the excursion. And there are, if necessary, there are some exams for sure.
So I will continue from here. I would just want to talk about some future ideas from our summer school, because it has been running for a few years already, and we were, as Daniel said, interdisciplinary in the beginning, but we want to broaden it even more. So far it was subjects of biology. Now we want to include sociology, economics, and especially science communication, because what an important part that students have to learn nowadays is that they the things they learn during courses have to be transferred to the public via science communication that really reaches public. We also include a professional media company that shows or that wants to show the students then how they can use their knowledge they learn in the university courses and make more or less professional videos that also want to be seen by the public and not just something that is on another Moodle platform. Yeah, and we want to thank everybody that is participating in this course for the last years and will participate in the future, which is, for example, is in Estonia, it's Edla Reintam and Ala Astova. In the Czech Republic, Hanna Sandruchova, Thomas Picek, Susanna Urbanova. In France, it's Virginie Baldi and Ilya Reiter. In Ulm, it was Marian Katzter and Philipp vom Rangel. And now we are really happy that the Ukraine is joining and still wants to join despite all the problems they are facing right now. And here are a few impressions that it was always a nice experience and we hope that we can transfer it to the future. So, and yeah, we are happy for questions in the chat.
Thank you very much. I would like to give the floor to Stefanie Halwas.
Hello, and thank you for having me. I hope you can see my slides and hear me quite well. Yes, okay. So I would like to introduce our Erasmus Plus project, Innovating Business Education for Responsible Global Minds. It is a project where we try to integrate ethics, responsibility, and sustainability topics, or ERS topics, internationalization and social entrepreneurship closer into the curriculum of the business school, so that the horizon of business school students is a bit broader and able to face the challenges of today's world in a better way. We do that together with 6 partners. We have the Netherlands, we've got France, Poland, Romania, Germany, and strictly not a university, but the EFMD from Belgium, which are participating in this project and working together towards achieving this goal. In order to do that, we have something, or we plan something. We've only started last November, so we are not very far yet. But what we are going to do with this project is shown on this slide in one at a glance. We talk to employers, we talk to society members, students, and academia in order to update and upgrade graduate profiles at the bachelor level currently, so that we understand the specific changes and requirements that are actually there for our graduates in the future, particularly when we are looking at ERS, sustainability, social entrepreneurship, internationalization. And once we have these graduate profiles, which we're currently working on, we will define intended learning outcomes that will become part of the curriculum of the degrees of all of our partners. In order to actually get our topics into the curriculum, there will be the results of our project that we will have to use. These results will be that we develop you know what I mean, academic approaches and examples, so that we actually have good designs and can deliver the content that is needed for our students. But in order to enable our students to learn these topics, we will also have to enable our lecturers. And that is going to be achieved by developing a professional development program, so a CPD program for lecturers, to enable them to talk about all these topics, no matter what their expertise is, what their experience is, so that they are able to communicate these contents that we have developed and include them into their curriculum, into their courses. And as we always see that it is very challenging to do that on your own, we are going to develop a community of practice or a community of practitioners so that they can interact and exchange, particularly because we focus on international aspects with our curriculum. We will also have to ensure that our lecturers have international networks to discuss the results, their challenges, the challenges of the students, in order to make sure that our deliverables are actually achieved. How this is going to work in terms of how our results will be integrated, this will be mainly done after we go through our accreditation processes. At TH Köln, it's every 3 to 5 years. However, the assessment of the graduate profile and the intended learning outcomes has to be done every 2 years. So it is quite regular, and the curriculum adjustments will take place annually. So there we already have the opportunities to include our results at TH Köln at least. And in order to make sure that these adjustments are working well, we are going to have the adaptations in terms of the workshops for the lecturers and the community of practice alongside the CPD program, so that we actually can ensure that whatever we are implementing into the entire accreditation process, into the curriculum, is actually working. And working well in terms of students' performance and students' outcome and the relevance of what we are actually doing.
Thank you very much, Sabrina. Okay. I didn't mean to interrupt, but time is very tight. And you mentioned you would be part of the Thementische afterwards, after this session, so any participant can learn more about the project then. I would like to hand the floor to, or give the floor to Thomas Berger and Cvetanka, Walter, but not before mentioning that we have a final presentation, of course, which I just forgot to mention earlier, by Ralph Scheubrein about a student-run business. So we have a few minutes and 2 more presentations left. So the floor is yours.
Hello, good morning, and thank you for the opportunity for my colleague Cvetanka and myself to share some of our latest developments to make, or to help students to make the most out of their traineeship abroad. I think we can all agree that a traineeship abroad is a perfect learning environment to develop future skills, because students are confronted with a completely new environment. They have to go out of their comfort zone and to adapt to the new challenges everybody has abroad. But our experience from the last years actually shows that it makes a difference if you just experience new things abroad, intercultural challenges, or if you have the space to reflect and get extra support to develop your skills abroad. Just to give you an example, everybody of us will experience aspect of culture shock if you go abroad, but it makes a big difference if you just experience culture shock or if you have the room to reflect about what is happening and to develop skills out of that. And for that reasons, we have enrolled all of our Erasmus trainees who go abroad with Erasmus traineeship grant in an online course called Hands-on Learning, Practical Preparation for an Intercultural Workplace. And this consists of tutored modules where an online tutor is helping a group of students accompanying their traineeship abroad with the development of different kinds of future skills. However, what we added to that is an area which is not tutored, but which is helping students really reflect about what their experience is. And this is a competence path which my colleague Cvetanka will introduce a bit more detail. This screenshot just shows how the online modules students are enrolled in look like, which run alongside their traineeship abroad and which consists of different tasks. Here you see the example of a module oriented to culture shock, and the competence path is always part of that. And this gives the floor to Cvetanka to explain more about what's behind that.
Thank you, Thomas. So hello, my name is Cvetanka, and I have been a tutor on this course since 2013. And all these years, I have been supporting students to learn cautiously and very actively during this traineeship period abroad. And I have also did research on the role which reflection plays during a traineeship. And today I'm very glad to share with you the new version of the competence path. And we have 4 areas which are predefined: intercultural communication, language proficiency, creativity and problem solving, and global citizenship. And in these areas, students find questions which support them to get started with reflection. And they also have a space where they can add any other thoughts which are not explicitly asked for. And the final 5th competence area is called of personal relevance, because we encourage students and allow them to personalize the competence path, their online reflective journal, and they can add a competence area which is particularly important for them and they want to improve during their stay abroad. So what are the features of the competence path? The main feature is that it's future-oriented. So we engage our students in reflective practice from the very beginning. And then we ask them questions which are future-oriented. And this enables them to define their own personal, clear goals and to make a plan how to reach those goals. This empowers students and motivates them to learn, and they also can track their progress, which on the other side leads to better confidence and also awareness about what they can. So with the competence path, we offer space with guided questions. We also offer space where students can add their thoughts, and we encourage them to engage in social reflections and help them prepare questions which they can discuss with their colleagues.
Thank you very much, Cvetanka. Would it be possible to put a link to these documents in the chat for us so that we can find more information on your website? Or yeah, great. Thank you for sharing your details here. I'm afraid time is...
upload it. I don't know whether you got it in the chat.
In the chat or in the content library, maybe. I will have a look. For now, I would like to hand the floor to Ralf Scheubrein.
Hello, everybody. So we already conclude this very session. My job is here to present you our student-run business, Culinary Coffee, which we use at our university as a teaching construct for teaching entrepreneurial skills. So what is our university? DHBW is actually one of the largest universities in Germany, in particular in Baden-Württemberg. However, due to our history, entrepreneurship education is not really something we are focusing on. For example, here in this research report, we simply ranked last out of 42 universities. So we decided to set up to found a real business which is run by students and which is integrated into the bachelor curriculum of our business studies. We said, okay, we would like to have a simple production process. So we said we do coffee roasting. What we also like to do is that we said we didn't want like to have as a legal form a cooperative, because with this all students are really members, are really stakeholders of the university or the business. So how is our business integrated into the curriculum? We have 3 levels basically. For the outer layer, you have the student, they have limited exposure to our business, while if we are on the other levels, you get more exposure. On the other side, with the outer level, we reach more students than with the other levels. So, and here some examples for this. For example, for the level 1, for most students, because we have a real business, we have real business problems, yeah, and of this we can make real business lectures. For example, here on the left side, this is a letter from our auditing company. Because we are a cooperative, we need to have an auditing company. And what they basically said, they had 3 options for us, and we said, okay, we do out of this, we produce a case study for an investment planning, basically some net present value. So it's really a real life problem. Here on the second level, we have less students. We have an elective which is called business development. For this is worth 10 credits at our study program. And this in the 3rd year. So we do this in 2 parts. One is to create a business idea to a business plan. So we have this business canvas and so on. This is very standard. And in the second part of this lecture, we encourage the students to introduce a new product to our company. This you see on the right side. For example, one student group said, we would like to have some chocolate. So they produce chocolate. Because we are a real company, we really have some money for this. So it cost us 3,000 euros, but this is possible with such a company in the background. And finally, on the 3rd level, we have, of course, the possibility that the student becomes a member of our cooperative. And then you have all the nitty-gritties of a real business, like here on the left side, upper left side, you have this fulfillment from our online store. We have some events. We have some new products. For example, we introduced our coffee into the coffee machines on our campus. And we also do some educational things, like on the lower left. Like, for example, visiting some coffee roasters to get to know this industry. Okay, this already concludes by introducing this. If you like to buy our coffee, you can do this in our online shop. But of course, you can also contact us if you have any questions how to set up a real business as an addition to your curriculum. Some companies like this idea. Some universities, for example, University of Tübingen recently did the same. They said, okay, we like to duplicate this because we find it a good idea. Also, the ministry found this a very nice idea, so they gave us the Landeslehr Prize some years ago. Thank you very much for your attention.
Yes, thank you very much for these fascinating presentations, everyone. Yes, you will be able to access the presentations that have been uploaded here later. There's a content library for each session. And as I wrote in the chat, there's a chance to connect with all these speakers afterwards. If you go to the lobby area on the event platform, you can visit the Thementische, where some of them will be able to join, and you can connect directly to continue the conversations. So we have around 19 seconds left, I see here. So I'd like to thank everyone very, very much for your input and your talks. Really fascinating content, and I hope to stay connected with you. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.